How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Modern Warfare video. Today, guys, we're going to be highlighting and going over everything that this game has so far been confirmed from. Again, look at this stuff with a grain of salt because we have known for these developers to change their minds halfway through the game's season, heck, not even halfway through, right off the bat to change their minds as to what's going to be happening with these games. Now, Charlie Intel has done a pretty good explanation here, basically confirming everything that's within it. But again, don't expect these things to be concrete. Very good chance that they will change. Don't take it to heart. But we're going to be going over, some of the key items with this game and the recent news about the Battle Pass system and the loot box system. As you can see here, there's no loot boxes. They changed over to a Battle Pass system similar to, Black Ops 4, Fortnite, Battlefield has it, I believe, as well. Rainbow Six does mini Battle Pass seasons now, so this is pretty cool. Hopefully it stays with the cosmetic only items. That is what they have said, basically, because of player feedback. We don't want guns in there. We don't want OP weapons that people can just randomly get through a loot box or just get all the way to level 100 in like a weekend and then have the crazy OP weapon in multiplayer. We don't want that. If there's any cool stuff or OP attachments or guns, we want that earned through gameplay, which is highlighted right here as well. They have came out saying that weapons now are not going to be something that is necessarily in the Battle Pass. Battle Pass will be cosmetic, outfits, gun skins, maybe reticles, crap like that. Similar to what we've seen in Black Ops 4 is probably what we're going to be getting. Seeing as they're the same company, similar games, there's going to be similar items in that regards, but weapons are earned through gameplay. Now, we have not seen this in any past Call of Duties in quite a long time. The last one I can really think of is Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare 3 a little bit. What they did was in Infinite Warfare, once you prestiged, you got a token. And you could use that token to unlock old classic weapons like the M1 Grands, I think the Thompson, like the AK, similar guns like that, like old-fashioned cool guns you can unlock from past Call of Duties. This is a pretty cool idea because you really want to get to those weapons, so it progresses you and incentivizes the player to basically just play the game and get better at it and unlock those cool weapons. Instead of just spending $100 right away, getting to the end of the Battle Pass, this makes some equality and just basically challenges the player, so the better players get rewarded better, which is what should happen. It shouldn't be the guy who has the biggest wallet gets more crap. It shouldn't be that way. I'll be the first to say that it's not fun playing against people who got lucky and got like the Banshee or the MP40 like on Black Ops 3. It was super unfair because you could literally spend hours upon hours, days, weeks, heck, probably even years trying to get certain weapons through luck or spending $1,000 and not even getting, a weapon unlocked because there's just so much stuff. It's not likely to happen. Yeah, some dude gets lucky, first try, he plays the game, has the most OP weapon in the game, and just crushes you. Doesn't matter how good of a player you are, it doesn't matter how far you've gotten, no amount of progression can beat somebody who just has a weapon that was given to you by luck. This incentivizes people to play the game and unlock weapons. Again, weapons earned through gameplay. We're not 100 on that. I don't know if it will be like prestige tokens like in Modern Warfare 3. Like I said, Modern Warfare 3 has a similar thing, but you didn't unlock weapons with that. You unlocked titles, double XP, stuff like that. We've seen that in Modern Warfare 3. It might be a similar system to this. I noticed in some of the pre-orders for Modern Warfare, there were prestige tokens. I love for that system to come back. As I've played the other Call of Duties, I remember once so many Call of Duties came out, it was like, what are we prestiging for? Just to reset and have a different level, a different icon, a title card. Nobody cares too much about that anymore. It's not that cool. It's just like a cool title card. That's usually just what the prestige icon is. It's like, oh, you prestige 5 times, good for you, but who cares? That just means you've played a lot. It doesn't necessarily mean you're good or anything. Instead, we now get, things that we can purchase with Modern Warfare 3. We get prestige tokens, which we can, buy, allow us to get other things, which is really cool. This game, I think, will have prestige tokens, and that might be a way that we unlock weapons, is using those prestige tokens to unlock cool guns. That sounds cool to me. It's a progression system. It's a system showing who's better, gets to there quicker, gets the guns quicker. Same thing with attachments. You level up your weapon, get those attachments, you level up your character. You get even more guns that other people can't have. It's all through progression and who is the best who can get items. And I think it should be set that way. Keep it competitive, not competitive with who's got the most cash. I don't like that. Anyway, I'm lingering on about this. So we got this covered. Let's talk about the no season pass. I'm kind of using this as a bullet system here because they did it so well. So shout out to Charlie Intel for this. The no season pass is great. Typically, like I said, you have to, it incentivizes you to buy the season pass because there's maps that are locked until you get that. I don't like content being locked for later. The season pass did that so much. The battle pass does that a little bit too, but if it's just cosmetic, not too big of a deal. Weapons being locked, you need something to incentivize you to level up, and that's a pretty good thing to go with. Crossplay, cross progression is nice as well. So we've kind of targeted everything so far what's going to be going on with Modern Warfare. If they stick to their guns with this game could seriously look so good. It'd be such a good game. It focuses a lot on the player. Now, we'll get into this now. I say that, but Xbox is shafted a little bit with this because, like I've shown in my previous videos, you are not getting the Spec Ops survival mode, which is basically similar to where Spec Ops, but instead you're stuck in a building and you have to fight your way towards hordes of enemies, similar to zombies, but it's not zombies, obviously. It's similar to the old school Spec Ops where you kind of just stayed in one area, you bought a bunch of gear, fought waves of enemies, helicopters, juggernauts, you bought, skills, you bought guns, you bought attachments, stuff like that, even like airstreak drops and helicopters, stuff like that. It was really cool and a cool mode. That seems to be more what the survival mode is, but that is locked for Xbox for an entire year and PC for an entire year. Now I am a PlayStation player, and even I'll call out and say, like, this is trash. They should not have done this. They need to stop doing that because that really hurts one of the player bases. Yes, Xbox technically has a lower player base, technically, but a lot of those same people play PC and they're through Microsoft. You're cutting off the PC community as well, which is very competitive, talks quite a bit, streams quite a lot. You're really cutting off some people who have the bigger mouths that will probably talk more trash about you and your game. The more this keeps happening, the more Call of Duty players in the community will become pretty bad and pretty toxic. I think this brings a bad level of toxicity to the community because of this. I finally, through playing the betas, felt some good link of community again with Call of Duty, especially in the 2v2s because you had to talk to the opponent. It kind of felt like old school, MW2, where you could talk to your friends, meet up with new people, play a game with them, stuff like that. That is the sense of community we've been wanting for so long. The multiplayer has become so stale, and I think with Blackout, with the dancing around like Fortnite and crap like that, it's become so toxic, and just overall players are campy, they're not fun, there's no aggression, the game's just dying, it's not fun anymore. The 2v2 mode, the battle modes, it was aggressive, it was competitive, people were passionate, people talked to each other, it was fun, community was there. This could save it. This could save the community for the actual players who really want to have this game be a passionate, fun game and have heart behind it. It looks like they're trying to update it, and with how many betas they had come out, they're really trying to get feedback and understand the players better. I know they have ties in with Sony because of the contract, and that affected the betas with Xbox, which does suck, and PC, which does suck overall, but I do think that's more of an Activision problem. Activision is a cash cow. They're cash cow in Call of Duty, cash cow in just about any, IP under their name, which is pretty crappy of them to do, and it does suck, but again, it is a business. I can understand what they're saying. I don't agree with it. I do understand what they're trying to say because they are business, and that's just how it rolls. They're taking money from Sony to make the game more exclusive to them, so more people buy the game on Sony, so they in turn make more money. It's a win-win all around for them, although they could get some bad backlash down the road, which will destroy the game without them really knowing it, because these influencers who have a big voice on the other side, who aren't PS4 or PS4 players that realize this is crappy, will eventually double down and could really hurt the Call of Duty name in general if it's not already been hurt already. There was a ton of controversy with that. I'm surprised it hasn't came down on them just yet, but it looks like because people really do see a sliver of hope with this game, I think they're trying to somewhat give it a pass, but I would not let them get away with anything else. If it comes around to March or February, whatever, which usually is when the battle passes or the loot boxes kick it up a notch because they notice that sales for the game has started dying because it's been a couple of months since the maps and everything else have been out. People tend to somewhat leave the game and stop paying for the game because there's nothing new. If they could just update the game better, update the maps, have cool seasonal events, that shouldn't happen to the game. But typically, a really easy way to get out of that and make people pay more money is to do DLC guns, DLC weapons, whatever. That's typically a pretty quick way on how they do that. Black Ops 4 said that they were only going to do Cosmetic. Keep that in mind. Here we see Modern Warfare saying they're only going to do Cosmetic. They're both under Activision. They're both Call of Duty games. Black Ops 4 went back on that and started having DLC weapons in their games. I believe the first Battle Pass didn't, but I'm pretty sure the second one did. They already started pumping out DLC weapons, which it's bad. Even if it is considered in the Battle Pass, not everybody's going to play that far. People are going to get smoked. Keeping just cosmetics in the Battle Pass, I'm okay with that. I'm not for holding back content, but if they're going to have to do a Battle Pass to somehow incentivize players to spend money on the game after the game has released, I want it to just be cosmetic. It should be as simple as that, because it is unfair to the players who aren't on the game every single day, who haven't gotten to the gun yet, or the people that just simply won't get to it because they don't play it enough to get to the level 100 to unlock the MP40 or whatever gun it's going to be. Hopefully keep it simple and just go with cosmetics, or else the game is going to die. It worked for Overwatch. It's worked for other games. I know I shouldn't talk about Overwatch right now. Hopefully YouTube doesn't just knock my video out just for saying that, because of all the heat they're getting right now. That just goes to show you what really can happen with, voices in the community. You can't snuff them out. It'll get out either way. But again, other models have worked on the cosmetics only thing. They can do it if they truly are passionate about it, and if they just update the game, they won't have to become a cash cow for DLC. If they just simply update the game, people will keep playing. Certain people, of course, will use the battle pass to get the cosmetics. I'm a person who won't. I rather just play the game. Cosmetics aren't a big worry to me. I'm more worried about leveling up and getting the weapons, which can be earned through gameplay. Maybe it's going to be challenges. I don't know. That's the thing I'm most interested in, on how they're going to do that, and of course the other modes. So we have a couple other things to look forward to and to discuss as they come towards us. The game is going to be releasing pretty soon, so I'm recording this on the 17th, so we're less than 10 days away. I'm really excited about this, guys. Let me know down below what you guys think about this. Like this video if you liked these types of videos. I am hopeful, but again, stay skeptical as well. Don't get stuck in their trap again. But that's going to be it this video, guys. Please subscribe. We're almost at 750 subscribers. I'm so close. 3/4 of the way to 1,000. And then I get that monetization, baby. You know what I'm saying? But that's going to be it for this video, guys. Please, thank you for watching.